This is Darth Rabbit 07 coming at you again with another quick review. This time of an old Beast Wars mold that was released and modified, retooled for the Cybertron Armada Micron trilogy. This is Transmetal Rhinox. He was a Rhino in Beast Wars. Whenever season 1 came around, he fixed a lot of things. He played two roles. If you know Ironhide and Ratchet, he was a fixer slash medic, or not really medic, but I mean he did doctor the Maximals as they got injured or needed a fix for something. He was the handy go-to guy, and he quoted himself several times, or he would say stuff like, man, I gotta be a miracle worker or whatever. The Maximals were just a scientific exploration crew that happened to get mixed up with Megatron. There was their ships, the Axelon, and I forget the Decepticon ship. It's not Nemesis, it was something else. Anyways, they went through a time warp and ended up on prehistoric Earth 4 million years before man, or before, you know, they woke up in 1984 for the Great War. That kind of stuff comes into play later in season 2 and season 3, but it's a really neat show. Like I said again and again, if you give it a chance, you may like it. The fun thing about Transmetal figures is they had a metallic machine-like sheen, but also had their beast mode and an alt mode. That was usually a vehicle of some sort, and then of course the robot mode with all new powers and whatnot, and just looking all around just excellent and spectacular. So I'm going to pause this, get him into his vehicle form, and before we go in and do the robot form. And so through the magic of pausing. And Rhinox's alt mode is that of a Rhino with tank treads and skis. Think of him more of as a tank. I would not ever want to get into it with that horn ever. Spin him around, let you see the details as he's showing off more of his vehicular robotic features. These little ports were for the Minicons. He did come with a Minicon, and for the life of me, I don't know if I accidentally traded it or if it's still in stasis somewhere with some other Minicons. But it was really neat effect they did with these two. They did it with the Pterosaur as well. They put extra ports, and they did this little spiderweb paint tempo, or like it's Energon, you know, related. So they get juiced up on some Energon. There's his rear profile, his other side's profile, and just a lot of fun that you could have with Transmetals versus the common flair of the regular beast modes and what have you. A lot of my Transmetals stayed in their alt modes like this versus the beast modes, and went from alt mode to robot mode most of the time because they had some fun features there to play with. And Rhinox never did go Transmetal. He was always his very first basic form through the whole series. He did get his program in season 1 rewired, and he was a Predacon for an episode. And then that comes into play with the series after. It comes into play series after Beast Wars called Beast Machines, and that's all I will say about that. And going to pause again and get him into robot mode and finish this review. And here is Rhinox's Transmetal robot mode. He had one of the most unique transformations for a deluxe class size figure from his day and age. Here's a side profile and a rear profile. He had a lot of back kills, so he's a little bit of back heavy there, using the tank treads from his alt mode there, his rear hips. It's really neat how that ended up there, and he had Minicons you could post up there and be extra weaponry. I wasn't really into the whole Micron trilogy. I did collect a few figures as they came through there. The cool thing that you could do with Rhinox there is take this off and then add it back to his either hand. He had like a really cool blade, even though he didn't ever have a Transmetal form in the show. This would have been a really neat what if he came a Predacon and took on and made himself Transmetal. He looks like he would have just been a handful for any Maximal. And he was actually a handful for both sides, so it's probably the best thing he got reinstated his good-natured self. He's the one that gives the description of what it's like to be a Predacon. He says 8 gigabytes of attitude on a 2 gig hard drive in one of the episodes, and this guy definitely looks like he's 8 gigabytes of attitude on a 2 gig hard drive for this Transmetal form. And again, if you like this video, please smash that like button, subscribe, comment below, do all the little things, hit my Buckner at Cruises Inc. website if you guys want to look for a fun family vacation or a chance to get away, just the two of you. Give that a shot. Let me see what kind of promos we got running and get you a vacation scheduled. I'll have one more throwback review a little later, and hopefully you'll enjoy it as well. Again, this was Transmetal Rhinox, released for the Armada line, and it's a mouthful in itself. I hope you like that review. Thanks again for watching, and have an excellent, safe evening out there. Thanks.